This is nScreenNoise, and my name is Colin Dixon with nScreen Media, and I'm speaking with Hilary Perchard. He's VP of US Partnerships at Sky. And Hilary, there's an interesting change I see happening online. That is, we're moving away from, or maybe not moving away, but we've been stuck with sort of on-demand viewing, with people having to program their own content. But there are some companies out there like PlutoTV, which you just made an investment in, that are actually creating a more programmed experience. Tell us about PlutoTV.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think on-demand TV is going away. There's still a huge number of people online who want to search through that huge torrent of content that's coming off of platforms like YouTube. But equally, we think there's still a role, and particularly when it's on the big screen, for more longer form versions of that content. And what PlutoTV do is they gather together some of the best of those clips from around the internet, and they create TV shows out of them, traditional TV, 30-minute or 60-minute episodes, and then they pull those episodes together to create thematic channels. So there will be an R&B channel, or there will be an extreme sports channel, or a surfing channel, and that makes it much easier to engage in when you're watching on a big screen. And for some people, actually, it makes it quite engaging on a small screen as well.
So that sort of thematic channel, you could actually put this like right in the regular TV guide, right?
Yeah, potentially. That's something that could happen over time, as we see how people engage with that service. Pluto is still at relatively early stages, but they have started going on some TV-like devices. They're one of the first partners with Android TV. So they're making moves towards going onto proper TVs.
Right, and so they program these thematic channels. Is that the sort of value add, and where are they getting the videos from?
The videos are coming from a wide variety of sources. Obviously, YouTube is really important, but a number of publishers are also wanting to go direct and provide their videos direct to Pluto TV. So they take that video in from a vast variety of sources. They then use technology to filter those videos down to kind of a selection of the best of, and then they finally use editors to create the actual programs and the actual channels. And the technology in the background is also very important in ensuring that it's really a seamless TV-like experience with no joins between any of the clips. And we think this kind of mixture of technology and editorial is really important, because technology can surface great videos, but if they're not joined together in something that has a narrative to it, then it jars and it doesn't feel like TV. And that's where we think there's a role for editorialization.
So it seems to me that for a hybrid operator, and I suppose we could describe Sky as a hybrid operator these days, because the majority of your boxes are DVRs that are connected DVRs, right? Could this be an interesting way to sort of bring additional value to Sky customers, or Comcast over here is a hybrid operator? Could they do that in X1 by adding, these sort of thematic channels right there into the guide?
It's possible. I mean, at the end of the day, you've got to ask yourself, is this good content? And if it's good, really good content, then there's no reason why it shouldn't end up in a TV guide. That hasn't happened yet. There are, technical constraints on doing that, because you're merging IP delivered video with satellite or cable delivered video. So there are some complexities to it, but it's certainly not impossible.
And of course, it's a great way to sort of extend the experience for existing subscribers, actually help them, as it were, join the OTT revolution without even knowing that they're doing it.
Yeah, and actually take some of this content that's quite frankly buried in YouTube in a vast kind of plethora of very average content, and actually get really great producers of short form and slightly longer form programs to a much wider audience. I think this is really good for kind of young talent who are making these TV shows that aren't getting as big an audience. This is potentially a way for them to get a much more TV-like audience, a much more mainstream audience.
So you think that this could actually help expand the reach of OTT offerings like we see with the MCNs, like Maker Studios and and full screen on YouTube?
Yeah, I mean, I think we always just come back to is it good content or is it not good content? And if it's good content, then we should be getting it to our customers and to people out there. And I think, you know, there's been this kind of artificial divide between MCNs and traditional TV. And actually, I think over time, that's going to merge and blend. And we see PlutoTV as potentially part of that.
Right. Now, what about this approach? You mentioned, you said something very interesting at the beginning. You said that it could also augment online on a smaller screen. Do you think this translates very well to a smartphone, for example?
Yeah, I mean, so I don't know. I can only speak for personal usage, but I find when I turn PlutoTV on and I start watching it, I watch a lot more content than I would have done if I'd searched for a single clip on YouTube. I think the average dwell time on YouTube is about 90 seconds, whereas PlutoTV has a much longer dwell time because you do engage more deeply in that video, and there's always another great piece of video following it.
Right. So for in this case, this is really critical, right? Because these are ad supported. So the longer the dwell time, the longer people stay with the content, the more ads that they see, right?
Yeah. I mean, so as I say, Pluto is still a very early stage business. They're still building out their audience, but yeah, certainly over time, if the dwell time is a lot longer, then there's a much bigger opportunity for video ads. And I think this, you know, you've seen the trend that video advertising is really becoming the big source of money in online properties, and you've obviously seen all the acquisitions over the last week, or rumors of acquisitions of people buying video advertising platforms. So video advertising is hot property, and finding new ways of creating new inventory is a really big opportunity.
Right, and this actually seems, I think this could be a theme for us going forward, Hilary, right? Operators beginning to create, as I say, you know, we're already seeing hybrid services, but it's really starting to blend content from curate content, if you like, through services like PlutoTV for their existing customers on pay TV platforms. I think this could be a theme for us going forward, right?
Yeah, I mean, it mirrors what's been happening in traditional TV for many years. You know, a traditional TV channel is essentially a way of curating content for an everyday consumer, and PlutoTV is doing that for a new kind of content that is emerging. You know, when we look at our customers who have on demand and have PVR, DVR functionality, that, you know, still over 60% of their viewing is to live linear channels. You know, about 20% is to DVR. So you know, still the vast majority of viewing is going to linear channels, and that's why we felt quite confident in making an investment in PlutoTV.
Well, Hilary, this sounds like something that we'll probably be looping back with you again on in the near future. Thank you very much for spending some time with us.
No problems, and we're really excited for the future of PlutoTV. We think it's a great business, and we can't wait to work with them some more now that we've invested in them.
Cool. We look forward to seeing PlutoTV grow over the coming months.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hilary. Take care. Bye-bye.